Hello there. Today let's look at LinkedIn, the basics of LinkedIn. LinkedIn is fairly vast. There are so many different apps built within LinkedIn. There are so many features. It becomes very tricky for people to navigate and understand what is important in LinkedIn. A few things before I get started. Firstly, LinkedIn is not uh, merely a networking platform anymore. LinkedIn is more about showcasing your expertise. So you have to create content, you have to publish content, you have to interact with people, you have to network, you have to build a tribe, you have to be part of communities. That's the expectation LinkedIn has. And this is not me saying it, it's the CTO and the product management team at LinkedIn saying across multiple different podcasts. And you can listen to some of them, and it's very easy to find them. The thing is, this change in LinkedIn, where it has gone from a networking platform, a job seeking platform, hiring platform, a sales platform, to one which focuses and emphasizes individual expertise, is a drastic change. A lot of people are unable to cope up and they have a lot of complaints, right? LinkedIn has become like Instagram, it's like Facebook. I see a lot of posts, a lot of selfies, and there are reasons for that. But those are slightly advanced topics. We'll get there. Before we do that, let us look at the basic interface of LinkedIn. Everybody might have seen this. When you log into LinkedIn, this is what you see. You see a bunch of posts, there's the feed, you see LinkedIn news on the right hand side, some ads. On the left hand side, you will see some pages, recent events, recent uh, groups you have joined, events you have conducted, and some hashtags that you're following, things like that. And of course, on the left hand side top is your image and your name and your headline and some statistics to go with it. At the top, you have all these various options and you have your me profile, again, the profile view, which is very interesting. Then you have these 9 dots, which is for business, which has all the apps that LinkedIn offers you. And I have Sales Navigator because I was subscribed to Sales Navigator. You may or may not have it. But don't worry about it, right? It's not about having premium LinkedIn. It's about understanding how LinkedIn actually works and what are the various things you can control inside LinkedIn. So one important thing you will notice is that here at the top left hand side, you will see the banner in a small size. You'll see your photo and you'll see your name and then you will see your headline. Now this is important. Your photo, your name and your headline shows up pretty much everywhere. For example, I commented on this post earlier today, and what do you see here? You see my photograph, my name, and my headline, and then of course my comment comes up. Every single place you interact on LinkedIn, be it within emails, be it within messages, these three things are very prominent. Therefore, it's important that your photo, your name, and your headline are valuable for somebody who looks at it. Again, LinkedIn headline is not for you. It is for somebody else to understand and appreciate what you can do for them. And if there is a potential, they may even talk to you, may even want to work with you. That's number one. Number two, not many people are going to visit your profile. They will see what you do on LinkedIn. The activities on LinkedIn is what attracts somebody's attention because ultimately, when I log into LinkedIn, I'm looking at my profile, my feed. I'm not searching for somebody else and going to their profile. It's a very natural human thing to do. I may scroll and I may find something which is very interesting and I may look at that person's profile. So when I go to somebody's profile, what shows up? Top, there's a banner, photograph, name, and of course the headline, and some other things which is your company, the latest company you're working at, and your education, the university, the name of the college, etc. And it shows followers, connections, and some common mutual connections that you have. And then you have all these buttons, message, view in Sales Navigator. If you have, there's a custom button called book an appointment is a custom button. You can also customize it. And then you have this more option where you can do a bunch of activities like send the profile to somebody. You can save the profile so you can actually save others' profile and use it to get inspiration for your resume and other things. Again, advanced topics, but we'll deal them fill them later. You can connect with the person. A lot of people don't have that connect button here anymore because they have something called as a creator mode switched on. And From March of 2024, creator mode will be switched on for everybody by default. So if you go to somebody's profile and you don't see the connect button, it's under this more option. So don't worry. Again, you see this providing services, some of the details of what services they provide shows up here. And if you click that button, you can actually see lot more information. So how do we enable a lot of these things in our profile? Let's have a look at that. You can navigate to your profile two ways. One is click on your name at the top left hand side or the me option at the top and click on view profile. When you click on view profile or click on your name, you end up in your editable view of your profile. A few things you need to notice. Look at my URL. It says linkedin.com/in/Anup Kurup. It's my name, right? That's probably the first thing. And that's probably the easiest thing to do in the sense to change on LinkedIn and also to share with others. How do you share your LinkedIn profile with others? Obviously, your URL. If it's a URL which you find difficult to remember, will find it difficult to share with others. You'll have to keep copying and pasting. The easiest way to do that is on your profile editable view. When you look at the right hand side, you'll see the profile language and you will also see something called as public profile and URL. Click on the pencil button here. It will take you to another view, which is a public view, but you are looking at it. This is how others see your LinkedIn profile. Now, when you're in this, you can edit your custom URL on the right hand side. And if you click this tiny pencil button, you can change it to your name. Now, sometimes the name is very common, so it is taken. You can add maybe your profile like coach or consultant or counselor or any of these things. You may also want to add something like IN, for example, because if you're from India or from US, if you're from US, things like that. Again, just notice this. URL must contain 3 to 100 letters or numbers. Do not use space, symbol, or special characters. Just keep it in mind and make it a little memorable. Your name is the easiest thing. If your name is not available, it's already taken, then use some combination of letters and words that you think will convey what you do or who you are to others. Make Keep it simple and make it easy. And you can also edit content from here, which we can do from other places also, so no problem. Your profile visibility switching on and switching off is here. So basic requirement can be seen by everybody. Now your profile photo, it's up to you. You may want to hide the profile photo because of various reasons. You can also keep it public. Remember, if it's public, somebody searching your name on Google and finding your LinkedIn profile will be able to see your photograph, and even Google will index your photograph. So up to you how you want to, you know, your preferences are all here, and all these other things, what can be shown and not shown are all here in this version. You may see this create a badge button, which is basically a code is given to you which you can stick on your website, right? This is how the box or the profile box will look on your website. Up to you. If you wish to do that on your website, please go ahead and copy the code and paste it there, no problems. I don't do that personally. It's fine. Your LinkedIn, even if you put your LinkedIn URL, most people can see that, right? Now, once you have edited your URL and made it more readable, easily identifiable, etc., there are other things you can do, which is going back to our LinkedIn profile, editable version again. We are going back to the home section or editable section again. Now here you will notice that your company name shows up, your education institute shows up. Sometimes the company name does not have a logo. And this, because this is at the top, I just wanted to highlight this. So if the company name is showing up but the logo is not there, and if it's your company, then you can do a few things. For example, you can come down here in the experience section, click, and the latest experience, start typing the company name here. If there is a company page existing, it will show up. It will show up as a drop down. You can select and you can save it so that the logo shows up. Why is the logo important? For example, a lot of these logos are missing because these companies have shut down. When you don't have any logo, company logo here, it seems very funny, right? It seems empty. And the worst part is that it shows up at the very top of your profile when somebody visits you. And if it's an empty thing, then it becomes very difficult to relate to the company. It's just a visual thing, but subconsciously we are making these decisions about people as we go in. On my profile, you might see the shield button with a tick mark. So that's verification. In a lot of countries, LinkedIn is rolling this out. Basically, they're asking for a government verification. So in India, it is through Aadhaar, through a third party system. You click, you just enter your Aadhaar number, you get a OTP, you verify, and that's it, done. It basically says that I'm a real person, verified, and there is some kind of proof that I'm a real person. It's not a bot account. Again, you will see all these buttons here. You can edit the buttons again. So this is the top section. Okay, what type of photo do you want to have? Put a photo which has your face is clearly identifiable. Don't put a fancy photo where you're standing very far off from the camera or your full body is showing up because your face is not showing up. Again, face kind of builds some kind of trust. So all these are fairly subconscious things, but just keep your photo so your face is clear, right? It can be very formal, it can be slightly casual, but don't make it a photo of you standing in a beach, right? Holiday photos, those are probably not the right photograph for this platform. And how do you make this banner? Oh, it's very easy. Now, at least it's very easy. You go to a website called canva.com. Canva, I have a paid version, even a free version will work. All you have to do is search your LinkedIn banner. Uh, and you will get the templates. All these are LinkedIn banner templates. So you can click any one of them, whichever you like. You can edit it a little bit, you can change it, and you can make it your banner. There are a few things to keep track of while you're doing it. For example, if you click on this one, if you notice, the write up starts a little after the half of the banner. The reason is when you see LinkedIn on phone, when somebody visits your profile on phone, if this write up is towards the left hand side, your photo kind of covers it. On the computer, on the desktop, it's not a problem. This will show up. About 70% of this will show up. But on phone, it's better to have this all right aligned so that your photo shows up and your banner write up also shows up. That's the only criteria when you're putting together a banner. It need not be very fancy. It can just simply say state what you do. Yeah, again, right, I have my name written here, what I do, and a question, and my email ID is given here prominently. Now I'm sure when you see it in the mobile version, the email ID will get cut off, but that's fine. Everything else shows up. So just be careful that about 50% is the margin you need to keep in mind, and you have to keep it towards the right of that line. It's better to right align everything, and it works. Now, how do you get these things? Providing services, you will also have it if you are a service provider. If you're not holding a job, then it shows up, right? Sometimes it doesn't show up. Again, half of the LinkedIn features are not available to everybody. Don't ask me why, but that is the case. uh, if you click on this, and this is fairly extensive, right? I mean, you can add your services and it shows up here. You can write about what you do here, and you can write, I mean, all these things are there, hourly rates and who can see it. uh, you know you can also unpublish this so it just disappears, no problem. And if you close that, you are in the service page. It's very interesting because the service page is a fairly new introduction. If you're a service provider, you can actually add your about service. You can ask your past clients to review your services. You can upload work samples. All this shows up at the top of the profile, so it's very easy for people to find you. You can also add media, which can be presentations, as in a PDF format of the presentations, things like that, right? And here, review status shows up if you have invited some client to review your work. So that's how the service page works. It's fairly simple. I mean, you may or may not want to showcase it, but I'm sure going forward, this will become very powerful because LinkedIn is focusing on individuals and their expertise. Some analytics shows up here. If you have your creator mode on, here is the creator mode. You will also see it. You can switch it on, click on this, and you can switch it on, right? You'll see the analytics. It'll ask you some questions. These are like LinkedIn is prompting you to be more interactive more engaging on LinkedIn, therefore they are asking you sample questions. You can put the profile topics here. Again, they will show up in alphabetical order, so up to five can be put in here. Just add a topic, and it will show all the features that are available to you. And you can turn off the creator mode at the bottom here. But as I said, from March 2024 onwards, it's all available to everybody. So yeah, you can't switch off after that. The featured section is again another interesting section. You can click on this and add anything pretty much. You can add images, you can add certificates, you can add older posts, you can add your website URL and link like that. For example, if I click here, you can add a post, add a newsletter, add an article, add a link, add media, add content from the profile itself, right? All these are highlights because they stay prominently in your uh, LinkedIn profile page. So when somebody visits, they can see this very readily. And if it's something like a call to action, then people can click and go there, right? Activity, your posts, comments, images, events, all these things show up here, right? Whatever you have done, you have attended, or you have done on LinkedIn, and people can click this button and see all posts. The about section is another important section, which come next month, that is March onwards. This will be very at the very top, as in it will come after the main section, that is your profile section. The next section will be about us. They're going to give more importance to about section, and it's not about me. You need to be very very careful about this. This is not about me. There's no about me. This is about, which basically means this section also should be written for somebody visiting your profile. It is not written for you to explain your achievements, but rather what can you do for somebody who visits your profile. Think of it as a website. Somebody visiting a website, you tell them, hey, I can do this for you. It's similar to that. And then of course you have experiences. It's a good idea to fill in the experiences if you're a job seeker, because again, that has an impact. So when you click on the button, you can again edit it, and there are a lot of other things here, which people don't usually put it. That is, you can add your skills. You can also add media. You can again add presentations, documents. You can again add images, or PDF, etc. To make it a little more robust. People seeing what you have done. So seeing is believing, right? By showcasing the type of work you do, more people can appreciate it. Hiring managers will be able to understand what your strength and skill sets are. Right. So pretty much 50 to 60% of the people who come to your profile will see this top section and leave. They are not going to scroll. They just want to see, okay, what do you do? That's pretty much it, right? Just a curiosity satisfier. But some people who will scroll down to about section. They may also look at your experience and education, and that's pretty much it. Not beyond that, right? Yeah, some people, there are a few percentages who will go down, scroll everything, and see what all you have done, which is okay, which is a very tiny percentage of people. So this is your LinkedIn profile. This is how it looks. These are the ways you can change it, make it a little more, readable, a little better, more, little cleaner at the end of the day. How do you come up with a headline? We will, of course, look into this during Win LinkedIn with AI workshop. Uh, the link for that is given below in the description. You can look at it. Again, your name and the headline comes here. Don't use this AI. It's horrible. The output is really bad. Even if you have a premium, don't use that. Current position, what type of industry you are from, education, all these things gets picked up, right? You can add a custom button here. For example, edit custom button. And I can add 9 link premium custom button. Visit my website is what I put. You can also change it to, view my blog, book an appointment, and things like that. Right? So so that's how you put everything together. Now edit contact, I'm not going to click it, but if you click it, you will see everything that is visible publicly, and your email ID, phone number, all these things can be publicly available, or you can also switch it off, saying that I don't want people to see it, which is fine. Now people ask me, okay, can I change this? People you may know, when somebody visits your profile, usually they end up seeing this. People you may know, no, this is not editable. LinkedIn kind of shows this to people who visit your profile, and every single person will see a different set of people. It depends on their network connections, etc. LinkedIn is making some changes to this. It's not going to be people you may know. It's going to be similar profiles. It's going to be renamed as similar profile, and they are saying that this is going to be a little more relevant to your particular profession and your particular network. So yeah, that may also be rolled out in a couple of months' time. That's pretty much it. That's your LinkedIn profile, and uh, my recommendation is, if you can, please edit your banner, put in a decent photograph, ensure your company logo appears, your college logo appears, edit all these sections. Headline is something that we will work on during the workshop, so don't worry about it right now. But everything else, wherever you can edit, please do edit. Definitely do edit your URL, make it more easy to find you, because some people have a lot of numbers in their name and it's very difficult to remember or find them. So yeah, just keep it simple, keep it easy to search. You also need to understand, if your profile is public, it is also SEO worthy, so Google searches show up your profile. Keeping it good, easily reachable, easily readable, will ensure that more people who search you on Google reach this profile and look you up. That's pretty much it. Thank you.